Welcome to The Eric Erb Show Live. You can find me online at theericerbshow.com and, of course, twitter.com/The Eric Erb Show. You can also find me on Spreaker. That's Spreaker.com/The Eric Erb Show Live. And, of course, on Anchor.fm. That's Anchor.fm/The Eric Erb Show Live. And you can also find me on SoundCloud. SoundCloud.com/The Eric Erb Show Live. Now let's get right back into the news. I have a report here via naturalnews.com. The report is, the headlines go as follows. Second wave of the coronavirus lockdowns return to China, shattering the narrative that Beijing has it all under control. Well, we know they don't have it under control. We know the Chinese have been lying ever since this virus started. This virus was created in a Chinese lab in Wuhan, China, and they've been lying ever since. They've been using stupid excuses. The virus started in a wet market there, a little ways away from the testing lab there in Wuhan, China. The bats did it. The cats did it. All kinds of animals did it. It's just, it's bizarre. It's flaky. It's crazy, and it's absurd. They had an environmental accident, purposely or non-purposely. This man-made bioweapon coronavirus got released, and the Chinese want to blame it on every animal, including the bat. You always hear the bat out there. Everybody listening to this podcast, it's always the bat's fault. Well, let's try to shed a little light on that. By now, the Chinese government has been anything but transparent and providing factual details about the Wuhan coronavirus, or also known as COVID-19, how it spreads, how it infects, and more importantly, how lethal and widespread the virus has been and become. They don't want to divulge this information because with most Asian countries, specifically with China, it's always about pride, and it's always about how they look to the rest of the world, to their peers, to everybody else on the outside of the Chinese world looking in. They always have this high pride mentality. Well, I would just say, if I had one word to say, or a couple words to say to China and the president of China, Xi Jinping, I would say, stop the BS, stop the bullshit, just be honest and transparent. He can't seem to want to do that. Instead, there's always these games, always this BS, always these shell games. They're on top of it. They're reporting no deaths by the virus. It's a bunch of bull. It's total bullshit is what it all is. It is. It's total bullshit. So let's get back to the article. As of March 1st, China's response to the virus has been merely the latest in a string of cover-ups and suppression. The latest lie from the regime, and this is the Chinese, this is the president, this is the government saying this, that things are much better now. Infection and death rates have plummeted, and people are back to work singing happy songs about Xi Jinping and how wonderful it is to be alive in a communist system. You're probably hearing crickets right now. If not, they'll probably start in a couple of minutes. That's the biggest bunch of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. People are not happy. People are still dying. The virus is coming back, and the virus is returning to all the people there in China, to a certain significant part of the population. The virus was created. I've done a lot of study over the last 90 days on this. The virus was created to destroy, which death obviously is there, and affect the immune system, specifically in the body, the lungs, the bronchs, so on and so forth. You start off by a cough, you get a fever, then it starts to, once the cough starts to go, you get pneumonia-like symptoms eventually. And basically, since there is no cure, you basically die. It's just like dying. Your lungs fill up with fluid. Anybody that's ever had pneumonia, your lungs fill up with fluid. They can't take any intake of air in when you try to breathe in. because your lungs are filled up with fluid. You literally just like stick your head underwater and try opening your mouth and breathing. That's about how your lungs would feel when you got the coronavirus full blown. Okay? China's not been telling us the exact truth. China, this was released in sometime in December of 2019. They sat on it. They're in conjunction with the WHO, the WHO, World Health Organization, and they've sat on this, a conspiracy. People will say, oh, there you go again, Eric, you're crazy with that conspiracy bullshit, blah, 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 blah. Everything I've said up to this point on these podcasts, everything I've said is now coming to fruition, has now become truth. It's full-blown here in the United States. I'm in Florida, in Central Florida region, actually, and we have almost close to 7,000 cases here. The coronavirus is here, folks, and there's not too much we can do about it. And they keep saying, wash your hands, don't touch this, don't touch that. Now they're saying you shouldn't wear a mask, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, and keep washing your hands, use hand sanitizer, don't touch anything, don't breathe, stay 6 feet away, yada, yada, yada. This virus, for those people out there that are critical thinkers and have common sense, I share a lot in common with you. The virus, if you're infected and you touch something, it's a proven fact. What the WHO and CDC aren't saying is those germs can remain, just like a door handle. Somebody infected touches a door handle, they can remain on that door handle maybe for days at a time, 3-4 days. They're not telling everybody that because this is worse than you actually think. And for all those deniers, all those people out there that are just saying, oh, there you go again, conspiracy theories and blah, 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 this is a lot worse than the flu. The flu might have a 0.03 death ratio. I like to say kill ratio, but that doesn't go over very well on the air, but I'll say death ratio. In other words, 0.03% people that get the flu end up dying. And they're saying this has like a 0.002%. I'm going to tell you what, for those people doing the numbers, why don't we give you the coronavirus and let's let you run the numbers, and I guarantee it's not going to be a 0.002%. It's probably going to be an 80, 90, or 100% kill ratio. In other words, if the body has certain things, there are certain people they're not telling also, as I've learned over the last 90 days, that are just plain, they get sick, they get flu-like symptoms, they pass, and they continue on with life. There are other people that are very susceptible. Age is no bearing. Gender, whether you're a male or female, is no bearing. This disease, whether you're 1 year old, a newborn, or whether you're close to 100, this disease does not care. This disease will infect anybody and everybody that's in its path. So, long story, what I'm trying to get across the message is that China's lying. They've been reinfected again. Here we go for round 2. Hopefully round 2 is not going to be too bad. Let's hope and pray. But for all those people out there that believe all this from the mainstream media and believe all this stupid shit, good luck. I'll pray for you. The rest of us people that keep our eyes open, our ears to the ground, and our eyes open, I can tell you 2 things. The WHO, the WHO, World Health Organization, and the CDC is lying. There's been tons of fuck-ups. They've held back information, the World Health Organization. They've held back over a month and didn't declare. As soon as I seen this, I told my friends, I said, this is a pandemic. I don't have a medical background. Yes, I've worked in the medical industry, but I don't have a professional doctor's or immunology background or anything even close. I wouldn't even try. But as soon as I seen this, and as soon as they announced this in China, I said, this is a pandemic. This is going to be a pandemic. What are the chances of that happening? See, the WHO did not, they were covering for China. They did not get out the information quick enough, and they let the virus spread, and they did this on purpose. These people, these bastards, should be fired immediately from the WHO, immediately. The people currently running the CDC, because they're all in bed with one another. These fuckers all know what the hell they're doing. They know exactly what the hell they're doing, and this damn media knows exactly. Oh, it's going to get you, it's going to get you, by putting fear in the air, scaring the shit out of all the people all around the world. It's just absolutely nonsense and stupid. Should you be cautious? Yes, you should. Will this damn disease get it? Will it kill you? Not necessarily. Like I said, if you have bronchial problems, lung problems, asthma, different things like that, if you're currently sick and then you get infected, there's a good chance that it will kill you. But is it a 100% kill ratio? Is it 100% it's going to kill everybody in its path? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There are people that are immune to this just by nature. I'm just getting so sick and tired of the crap and of the bullshit that the mainstream media always puts out. It's just, it behooves me, and it's just insanity. The Chinese government, again, for pride issues, because they're precious Xi Jinping, their president. They don't want to upset him. They're afraid to say anything against the communist government. The poor young physician, I think he was an eye doctor, that got on the social media, Facebook and all them different social media sites a few months ago. He disappeared, and he started sounding the alarms that this is very serious, that he can spread through the eye. They made him disappear there in China. Then he came back, and they said he died of coronavirus. He caught it and he died. No, he was murdered. People are like, boy, Eric, you're making strong accusations there. You can get in a lot of trouble for that. No. So you got to understand how a communist regime operates. A dictatorial society, a dictator like Xi Jinping, has it his way or no way. The people do not get a choice. The people are a bunch of sheep. You have one king. Okay, I'll put this very simple for the Americans over here in the United States. You have one king, and all the rest are subordinates. They're subordinates, or I'd like to say they're all sheeple. And that's what it is in China when you have a dictatorial society like that in China, communist China. They have no say. There's been thousands of people die. It's very sad. I pray for those people. I honest to God do. I pray for us right now. President Trump said that this is going to be the toughest 2 weeks probably we've ever gone through. The way I'm seeing things, the military is going to start cracking down. They're going to start cracking down hard. I pray for everyone around the world. This is going to be very tough, especially for Americans. You're used to, down here in Florida at least, just going to work. You don't care about anything. Leave me alone, I want to go to work. Well, when people can't go to work, they freak out. They got to have something to do. They find it very hard, the world does, and a lot of people, to be able to relax with family, relax with friends, but still keep a distance and still maintain good hygiene and good habits. We're not ready for this. We've never been ready for this in the United States. The world's not ready for this. But it's here, and we have to deal with it. It's going to be very, very, very hard the next 2 weeks here in the United States. I assume, but I don't know for sure, but it looks that way. They've responded over 1 million National Guard, President Trump has. And it wouldn't surprise me that this turns into a martial law situation right away. This doesn't surprise me a bit. It's all a big, big game to the people really running the country, to the elitists, to the people that want to take over the world. And they need to do it through depopulation, killing off millions and millions of people, and this is the start. You can say what you want. You can argue with me all you want. I don't care. That's fine. I don't give a crap. So far, I'm right. I'm right on the money. So I pray for everybody as I conclude this podcast. God bless everybody. I pray for everybody. I pray for the world. And I pray for those people that are still in denial, that don't believe this coronavirus is real. There's a few people. I see a lot of YouTubers out there. I won't mention any names. They're very big. They got a big following, over 100, 200,000 or more, maybe. But I pray for those people because they're not in reality. This is real, regardless of what the doctors are saying. This is real. This does kill. This isn't fucking around. We're in serious times right now, folks. Okay, God bless everybody here, and thank you for listening to this podcast. This is Eric Erb from the Eric Erb Show Live. You can find me online at theericerbshow.com. And, of course, twitter.com/The Eric Erb Show. Also, find me on anchor.fm. That's anchor.fm/The Eric Erb Show Live. And Spreaker.com/The Eric Erb Show Live. This is Eric Erb signing off.